According to a report that was released not so long ago, the value of XRP has skyrocketed to an astounding $1,427. The adoption of this milestone is expected to be attributed to 30% of the world's banking institutions, which is a number that may at first appear to be quite low. It is important to note that this figure represents a sizable share of the banking business worldwide. Despite the fact that we have all the evidence to back up the exciting assertion that Ripple is interacting with almost 1/3 of the world's banks in today's episode, the question still remains. It would appear that these financial institutions are not tapping into the full potential of Ripple. Let's delve deeper into this topic and discuss it in greater detail. Additionally, during our session today, we'll talk about some current news that has occurred. It has only been 2 days since the finding was making. Based on this information, it appears that Ripple will be traded on public exchanges by the end of March. Because of this activity, the price of XRP has the potential to skyrocket to an astounding $8.97 in a little more than a month, which is getting closer and closer to the end of March. Let's take a moment to check in with each other before we plunge headfirst into today's topic. I am in need of a minor favor. To become a member of our remarkable community, all you need to do is click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell. It is interesting to note that SBI Holdings is alone responsible for around 4% of the deposits made through international accounts in global banking institutions. While this indicates that, in the grand scheme of things, SBI might be responsible for a sizable 4% of the 30% of the worldwide banking industry that might eventually embrace Ripple's technology, it is important to note that this is only the tip of the iceberg. Ripple has recently formed a big cooperation with the Brazilian Central Bank in order to offer its on-demand liquidity services in Brazil. This is just the tip of the iceberg since Ripple already has a global presence. Does anyone remember what we talked about in the previous video, especially in light of the current conversations we had concerning the RCK nations? Ripple has a direct connection to a number of countries, in addition to China, South Africa, and Brazil. Ripple utilizes demand liquidity and digital currencies that are issued by central banks, also known as CBDCs, to provide a direct connection between Russia and India. When the gross domestic product of the world is compared to that of the British nations alone, it is found that the British nations account for almost 29% of the total economic production of the world. An intriguing option is brought to light by this, should the countries of the United Kingdom decide to work together. In a previous video, I elaborated on the possible substantial ramifications that Ripple might have, stressing the viability of including CBDCs into the XRP ledger, as well as the ongoing work that are being involved in this endeavor. Within the parameters of this discussion, it is hardly feasible to overstate the significance of the XRP ledger. To the way that the financial system is growing, it is of the utmost importance. Because of this, there is a possibility that there may be consequences when we attempt to forecast the next bull market. Following the revelation that was made public by the Federal Reserve, there was a significant shift in the conversation that surrounded Ripple's developing role in the global financial technology industry. They stated that XRP and XLM might potentially play a significant role in strengthening the blockchain that would serve as the foundation for their forthcoming FedNow payment system. This new development was highlighted by the Federal Reserve, which cited the collaboration with the metal blockchain as an important step toward the implementation of a seamless conversion of fiat currencies to stable currencies, thereby closing the gap. Traditional banking institutions are in stark contrast to the decentralized financial industry, which stands in stark opposition to them. At this time, citizens of the United States are able to utilize digital Bitcoin wallets or third-party applications such as Venmo and PayPal to conduct quick domestic payments, but the FedNow service is going to fundamentally transform this industry. U.S. Bank and Exchange Bank are only two of the well-known institutions who have already signed up to utilize the platform during its test period. Over 120 organizations have already signed up to use the platform. A wide variety of payment processors and solution providers are also included. This new discovery marks a significant turning point in the process of combining conventional banking with the cutting-edge sector of decentralized finance, as well as the growing adoption and inclusion of blockchain technology in conventional financial services. It is expected that Ripple, a leading participant in the field of distributed ledger technology and solutions for international payments, would play a big role in the future. The Federal Reserve is currently in charge of a project that is well known for its blockchain-powered network that simplifies and saves money, similar to Stellar Lumens XL. This project is currently being coordinated by the Federal Reserve. At this moment, it is plausible that the Federal Reserve will incorporate global transactions. In barely 8 hours, the narrative takes a turn that is particularly engaging. A headline provided a concise summary of the financial technology, which led to an astounding increase in its worth to $1,427, as stated in the article. This level of adoption indicates that there is a colossal demand for XRP, which has caused its price to skyrocket to heights that have never been seen before, along with a surging market value. Not only does the rise of XRP represent a victory for Ripple, but it also represents the possibility of a bonanza for investors. Adding a dramatic update to the story is the news that XRP's market penetration is poised to reach this 30% threshold. This raises the likelihood of considerably larger adoption throughout the global financial landscape, which is a significant development. A month ago, there were rumors that indicated that the number of transactions involving XRP will top $1.2 quadrillion, which could potentially drive its price up to $10,000. An indisputable revelation has been made that financial institutions are beginning to make extensive use of the XRP ledger and its digital assets, which is a sign of a momentous revolution. The plan to repurchase Ripple's shares is now a reality, and its development is occurring at a rate that is faster than anyone could have anticipated. It is no longer merely a matter of speculation. The company that was responsible for the creation of XRP is reportedly making purchases of the cryptocurrency, as stated in a recent report. Ripple reportedly began a small-scale repurchase and retired approximately 1 billion XRP, as evidenced by a story that was published not too long ago. Taking this move displays a high level of confidence in the value of XRP and its future prospects. As the story progresses within the context of the financial ecosystem, it becomes clear that the Federal Reserve is actively interested in incorporating XRP as a working mechanism. The repercussions of this are enormous, as it is the foundation upon which the global payment system is built. It is possible that the value of XRP may skyrocket to between $112,000 and $222,000 per coin after central banks take WID into consideration. The fact that XRP's worth has increased demonstrates how revolutionary it might be in terms of altering the landscape of global finance. Moreover, the findings of Google indicate that this pattern is correct. The pattern is providing further evidence that the Federal Reserve intends to employ XRP as a worldwide payment option due to the distinctive qualities that it possesses. As time goes on, it is becoming increasingly obvious that the Federal Reserve has its sights set on XRP cryptocurrency. Several weeks ago, the Federal Reserve announced that it intends to implement XRP in accordance with the ISO 4217 standards on a global scale. The implementation of this ambitious plan was initially slated to take place by the end of 2023. However, it was met with unanticipated delays, which hindered the broad usage of XRP as a fully recognized currency soon after it received regulatory approval. Ripple and XRP have reached a key milestone as a result of these advancements, which places them at the vanguard of financial innovation and has the potential to redefine the landscape of global payments. At the moment, governments and central banks are producing XRP alongside important currencies like the United States dollar, the euro, the British pound, and the Canadian dollar. However, the plot is becoming more complicated as more information emerges regarding the Federal Reserve's ambitions to actively exploit the XRP digital asset insights from Google. In his capacity as a government official who advocates for the establishment of a sidechain using XR's public chain, Kikuchi has made certain recommendations that readers have brought to their attention. KGI, a specialist in the field, believes that this strategy would make it possible for money from the Federal Reserve to interact directly with developments in the private sector. The chair of the Federal Reserve in the United States, Jerome Powell, has paved the ground for levels of cooperation and technological advancement that have never been seen before, and this is already the beginning of what is to come. The United States is currently receiving significant quantities of money for the purpose of developing new settlement systems that are independent of one another. This is an indication that the financial technology and digital assets are on the verge of undergoing a revolutionary phase.